The Tusk, and it's time for our 8:30 high beam on this Thursday morning, and we're welcoming in the mayor of the village of Denison, Greg DiDonato. Greg, thanks for the cookie.
Hey, you're welcome. Good morning.
Appreciate that the other day at the parade, and Denison is all lit up. So hey, it was a really good weekend. You want to tell us a little bit about how that shaped up?
Other than the light up Denison on Sunday, we just battled the weather. As most people know, we had strong winds and everything, but we had at 5:15. We changed, it all one way, and then went down 4 blocks of Grand, 4 blocks of Center. It was like a big square because it was all lit up, and that's the way it was designed. And, 5:15, the event started at 5:30, but at 5:15, cars were bumper to bumper, and it didn't slack off till 6:25. As you know, there were a lot of cars.
Well, the good thing is most people got to stay in their car, so they didn't get too wet.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the neatness. We clear the streets downtown so everybody can look at the windows. That's the beauty of this event. This is really, we've always done outside decorating because of Polar. Of course, we've increased it, but we've now got everybody to really do something. The ones that have showcases, we're trying to make it like what many of us would say we remember 30, 40, 50 years ago. And so our windows are downtown. I have to compliment our businesses. And then, there was a challenge put out this year, more and more of the homes. Oh my God, I can't say enough about the homes throughout town. Seriously, if you drive around the streets, it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm really proud of our town of 2,700. I mean, it's just it's a shining star to drive in right now in the evenings and nights and see. So if anybody out there's got a family, or you do like we used to do years ago, get in a car and drive around and look at the lights with the family.
Right.
Denison is just loaded between the downtown and the homes right now. And it's a good feeling. It's a pride. It gives us a sense of ownership. And, we got a lot to be proud. Starting tonight is Polar. We'll have 15,000 people come in our community over the next 10 days. Mm-hmm. And, it's a huge boost for the downtown. The restaurants do well. Our shops that are open, like our little antique, Treasure and everything will be open. And, they also, some of them stay in hotels in the counties. They also, eat more than once if they stay in a hotel, run into our, get gas here, run into our pharmacy and get stuff. So it's a huge boost to the area. And so we're proud of that. The parade was awesome. Clayland Lions managed on behalf of Twin City Chamber of Commerce. So that turned out wonderful. And good weather, normal weather for that. So that was nice. And
normal weather.
Yeah. I mean, in a sense, we had cold, but we didn't get rained on or blowed away and all that. Sunday was interesting. We had destroyed our brand new tent for the Santa's Castle that we had for the. You would have been shocked if you'd have seen that tent, how many places it busted the metal up.
Yeah.
But we had bought a new red tent. We were so proud to have Santa and Mrs. Santa sit under it. And, of course, that didn't happen because it was on the side of the KSC building, basically wearing on it in many different parts.
You have to ask Santa for a new tent.
Yes. So Santa didn't get a red tent, but they did get to sit under the archway, as you know, the new archway we got.
That's good.
So
that's very good. And we talked about this good past weekend, but it was a good year for Denison, right?
Oh, my God. People don't realize the amount of things that have been done. It's kind of, there's very few of us who have to manage this. We're a village, so you're not staff. We don't have a village manager. I'm basically it.
Yeah.
And you have support staff who do a great job inside our building. Of course, we have great heads of departments in each one of our departments. I will truly say staffing and employees in the village of Denison were very blessed. They have ownership. They care. That's the difference. They care and they have pride, and they'll do the extra things to help. And they volunteer in many cases. So they don't get many things they do that people don't realize they're not charging for.
Well, that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. And so, but I mean, we had, paving this year. We secured basically we believe by year end, all the funding for our new downtown, which will begin. The good news is while we were trying to set up Light Up Denison, we had to have all of our 24 street lights show up. And of course, the one day was the last day before Thanksgiving, where the last days the street workers were working, and it's like, you got to be kidding me. We're in our last minute drive to get all the finishing touches, and I get this call that says, there's a truck down there with these gigantic posts that all have to be unloaded. And truck drivers today, all they do is roll up the door. You got to figure to get it out. And we had one guy deer hunting or off for deer prep, I think, or getting ready. And so it was me and two street workers taking these gigantic 19 full cast iron pulls out. So we had 10 delivered that day. We had the other 14. So we have all 24 now. And of course, we just have to provide those AEP in the spring. We'll begin to see all of our new street lighting LED all underground. And we're really excited that'll improve 7 blocks of street lighting. And so we have all that on the board. We have $165,000 next year. It got delayed, but the engineering's being worked on right now. The county, they manage that. They awarded to Quicksalls. Actually, I was just talking to Matt Miller yesterday, the designer, about a couple issues on the sidewalks. And so that begins here probably late spring, early summer. But $165,000 of sidewalks will be a replacement program to make it walkable. We'll do a portion of the whole Thornwood Park area. The whole idea of this is not to install new sidewalks where they were, only if it's the purpose of connecting existing sidewalks, is to go into neighborhoods and make them walkable. We had some people say, well, there's some worse ones over here. That ain't the point. The way the program is, I should be able to go up that section and be able to walk it completely, and then go over to the next street if we went over and walk that completely. Mm-hmm. It's not to scatter, and they're still not really walkable with somebody with a wheelchair or baby stroller or whatever. So hopefully we'll be able to get some more funding in the future and continue with that. So we're happy there. We also secured $100,000 next year to address the sidewalks are falling off up there in the 700 block of North First on the hillside near the hospital. Okay. If you remember, there's one side of one block where the roads are literally falling off. I mean, I'm not even, really a resident there. Couldn't even really try to put a new sidewalk. It's going to have to be secured. So we're talking, estimates where it's $200,000. So we're trying to figure, okay, how do we do it with $100,000? What is some alternatives? Because the village will not put, they may put a little money in, but they're not throwing $100,000. If we just have other needs we have to do. Technically, residents out there, you're responsible for sidewalks. So when we got there and do these things, get some funds for sidewalks, it's really a blessing or a relief for you. But by law, you're responsible to maintain your sidewalks and take care of them.
Yeah.
And
you don't want somebody tripping.
Yeah, that liability's on you. It's not the village. And so, we got that going on next year. Like I said, the beginning of a downtown project that'll go over the next 18 months, but it'll start next year. Happy news is...
now listen up here.
Yes. For probably 10 years, I'd sit there. If everybody remembers driving on Stillwater Avenue, you go to the end of the highway, State Route 800, and as soon as you get off the 4-lane highway and turn right, there's been a sign there and for oil and gas development. It's right by the former ODOT garage. There's about 11, 12, 13 acres sit there. You can see there was a cement entrance put in, then it's a gravel base. It has a cul-de-sac, and as you know, for 10 years it's been marketed, nothing happened. We're happy to announce 3.3 acres have been purchased. A new facility will be going up 6,800 square feet. With the plans with another building to go up 6,800 square feet, so they bought enough land to cover it both. Mm-hmm. We have got some funding to assist us. The road now, the deal was always once the first business went in, the village would take the road that goes into there. That's called Dudgeon Way, and it will remain to be that name. Okay. That has already been turned over, so that's in our name. We're going to designate it or dedicate it in January meeting as far as the name and the road. And the developers are already working on the design, hope to have it out to bid. It's about, like I said, $2.2 million project. We'll have about another $150,000 with paving the road. We're gonna, it's got a great base. They spent a lot of money when they did that, so we have to put about, with being some trucks and everything, about 6 inches on there, just to ensure, because we don't know who's going to buy the other sites. The good news for us, what we're excited about, is they bought right in the middle at the end of the cul-de-sac, so that leaves the 4 or 5 acres going towards the 4-lane highway over there, and then it leaves about another 3-4 to the left of it going towards, in town there.
Right.
And we believe, a lot of times one development leads to other development. We're naming it the Denison Business Park, and so we're have our fingers crossed that this could be one of the first things for us in many, many years. Hopefully, 2 years from now, those sites will be filled, whether that's 2 more. There's possibility one on the right toward the highway could be split off to 2 sites. It's like I said, about 4.5 acres, and then the other one probably be a single site. So let's all hope. We all know that you can be a bedroom community, but you have to have industry, businesses, or something tax based to rely on. So
every time that happens, jobs come in.
Right. And we've secured part of the funding. The water and sewers there is a 6-inch water line. And their sewer, it's across the street on the other side at 800 going in, but it's adequate. We need about $100,000 to put it into the site for everybody who goes in there to use it. So I'm happy to say about half of that's been funded. We've gotten a grant for that, and we'll work that out. I mean, you have to, like I said, we got to look at it in reality. Even if we have to spend a portion of money to put it in the village to water, we get it back too, because they're now buying water and they're paying income tax to the village. So it's one of those things. I'm getting nothing now if I have to spend a couple of years of income tax there to help make the improvement. But after that, guess what? It's all going to the village coffers to support our police, fire, our roads, and all the street lights and everything we got to take care of. So we're really excited. That's a done deal. They've purchased the land. It's already recorded in their name, and the road's already in ours. So we got that going on. And then next year we'll be doing some more pavement. That'll kind of be determined. We truly assess where the pavement needs to be. We will be back on streets next year. Our truck route there on Logan's pretty rough right now. It's just simply because of the trucks. It's only a couple blocks, but that's probably going to be given a high sincere consideration. But we try to factor in the usage of truck use, the daily use, and the most maintenance. People don't understand, but if I have a lot of holes there and I'm throwing $2,000-$3,000 a year of blacktop mix to keep continuing to patch it, that's just like throwing money away. So you kind of want to address those. That's why I'll be honest with you, our patching in Denison significantly increased after we did all these alleys. I mean, we're not spending near the time and near the money in buying asphalt patching all this. So our alleys was one of the biggest absorber times and patch mix. So we also will have here anytime the new tops will be going on 34 lights down 2nd Street, the new LED lights. So that should be happening soon. And if anybody didn't know, AEP in all their territorial will be converting all the regular street lights with LED. Now what's funny is every one of our street lights that break down, they automatically now are going ahead. They don't repair them. They put the new LED. So we have about 5 or 6 of them scattered through town now.
Well, they'll have a lot of partners pretty soon.
The regular ones.
And their poles are kind of heavy, right?
Yes. We had our work out with the poles. We got them as close as they could to the garage door, and 3 of us chugged them out. So we got them in. And, of course, the tops will be put on by AEP. So our fundraising, for our downtown, as I told you last time, we're on the hook over $200,000 to meet all those obligations. And we're trying to raise that money to relieve, we don't have a lot of excess dollars. We pretty well run the town, Beauty of Denison is we don't really have debt. We pay our bills. We have a healthy carryover every year, and we pave every year in some portion and degree. Some years we get some grant from the High Public Work and do more than other years, but we're at least ahead of the game and keeping up with it. We also had success this year. Another 3 houses were tore down. That's going to kind of decline now. The worst of our homes, really. I mean, you get to the point in the last 10 years we've done over 70 homes and about 10 garages, and we're now starting to focus our time. We have about 10 homes or 10 properties are under order for fix-up. Some have done it. That's what a lot of our focus now. The ones really were beyond fix-up.
Right.
Some people said to me, I just don't understand why you're buying them and tearing them down, and we could be fixing them up. And my joke is to them, what stopped you? They've been here 10 years. I never stopped you from going buying it.
Yeah.
we're the last resort.
Yeah.
No one will do anything about it. And what everybody knows, and people know this, if you don't address this, this is where the squatters go, this is where the med labs go, this is where your drug activities. It's a cancer. You don't clean it up, that's what you're going to be dealing with. And I will tell you, it's decreased a lot of that activity in our village because we don't have these places anymore. They're gone.
That's great. And the cats, but that's a whole different thing.
That's another issue, right? No, that's another issue. You're absolutely right. Some of them, I know one in the Thorn Park, a home 3 years ago, we had to get removed, I think, over 40 cats in the vacant property.
Wow.
Before it could be tore down.
Well, Greg, thanks for the update. We'll bring you in after the beginning of the new year. Maybe we can reveal a little bit more about what's going into the new place there at the edge of town, and certainly have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all the citizens out there, and everybody listener as well, everybody living in Denison, this Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. And one, I just want to say again, to all the residents, to all the people played a part to our Christmas events, and everybody who's doing what they're doing to make our community a better place to live, a better place to work, and hopefully, remember this, part of cleaning everything up and doing what we're doing is also to get more businesses in town. Mm-hmm. They do look at that, folks. Somebody wants to do business and open up a shop downtown, or maybe open up a business or build something, also looks to the surrounding, what's going on around. I mean, if you look like a town that is vibrant, want to move, you have better chance getting. You look like you're a dying town, I'm not going to spend money to invest in it.
Well, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. That's Greg DiDonato, Mayor of Denison, our guest this morning on the 830 High Beat.